Welcome to the Total Knee Replacement Prehabilitation class. The purpose of this class is to help you and your caregiver feel prepared for recovery after surgery and to understand the exercises and safety precautions you'll need to follow. Today, we'll review exercises you'll begin on post-operative day 2, probably before starting outpatient physical therapy, how to properly use and adjust a walker, and what to expect when getting home after surgery. Before we begin, we recommend taking 15 minutes to read through your total knee replacement therapy instructions, as it contains helpful information for both before and after surgery. This guide is found under your surgeon's profile on our website at sportmed.com. Feel free to grab a pen and paper to take notes. You can also pause the video if you need extra time to review or practice. Let's get started. Post-operative exercises, starting day 2 after surgery. These exercises are designed to help improve circulation, maintain muscle strength, and support a safe recovery. Always perform them on a bed or firm surface. Do not exercise on the floor. Surgery day is considered day 1. The exercises we're about to review begin on day 2. Supine quadriceps sets. Lie on your back on a bed with legs straight and toes pointed toward the ceiling. Tighten the muscles on the front of your thigh by pressing the back of your knee down into the bed. Hold for 10 seconds. Repeat 10 times. Perform 2 to 3 times per day. Pro tip: make sure to keep your toes pointed toward the ceiling during the exercise. Try to flatten the back of your knee towards the bed. Supine ankle pumps. While lying flat with your legs straight, point your toes downward for 3 seconds, then pull them back toward you for 3 seconds. Repeat 30 times. Perform 2 to 3 times per day. Try to keep the rest of your legs relaxed while you move your ankles. Seated long arc quads. Sit upright on the edge of a bed or chair. Slowly straighten your surgical leg until it is fully extended. Hold for 3 seconds. Slowly lower back down. Repeat 10 times. Perform 2 to 3 times per day. Pro tip: make sure to keep your back straight during the exercise. Standing knee flexion. Begin in a standing upright position in front of a counter or stable surface for support. Slowly bend your knee, lifting the foot off the ground. Hold briefly, then return to the starting position and repeat. Repeat 10 times. Perform 2 to 3 times per day. Pro tip: make sure to maintain an upright posture, keep your movement slow and controlled. Seated knee flexion stretch. Begin sitting in an upright position. Slowly bend your knee back until you feel a gentle stretch. Scoot your body forward on the chair to increase the stretch as you are able. Your heel may lift from the floor, but do not lift your hip. Hold for 10 seconds. Repeat continuously for 5 minutes. Perform 5 times per day. When you wake up, after breakfast, after lunch, after dinner, and before bed. Pro tip: the stretching should be slow and gentle, not fast and forceful. Try to keep your muscles relaxed throughout the exercise. Seated knee extension stretch. Sit upright with your lower leg on an equal height chair or solid surface in front of you. Relax your muscles to let your knee straighten. You should feel a gentle stretch on the back of your knee. You can do thigh squeezes to increase the stretch. Hold for 5 minutes. Repeat 2 times per day. Slowly build your hold time for up to 30 minutes. Pro tip: make sure to keep your back straight during this stretch. Continue these exercises until your first outpatient physical therapy visit, where your therapist will reassess and provide an updated home exercise program. Walker use and safety. In the next part of this class, we'll review how to properly use a walker, including walking patterns and safety tips for getting around after surgery. When you receive your walker prior to surgery, it's important to adjust it correctly. Walker height adjustment. Stand inside the walker with your arms relaxed at your sides. The hand grip should line up with the crease of your wrist or about where you would wear a watch. The hand grips are too high when the grips reach your forearms. The hand grips are too low when the grips reach your palms or fingers. Adjust all 4 legs evenly using the adjustment pegs, then recheck the height. Once adjusted, walk through your home with the walker to ensure clear, safe pathways. Transportation on surgery day. Bring your walker with you to surgery. A midsize SUV or sedan is ideal. Avoid high trucks or low sports cars. To stand from a chair, scoot forward, extend your surgical leg, push up from the seat with your hands. You may place one hand on the walker for balance, but do not pull on it. Walking pattern with a walker. Number 1, advance the walker. Number 2, step with the surgical leg. Number 3, step with the non-surgical leg. Repeat this pattern each step. Getting in and out of the car. To sit, back up to the seat, extend your surgical leg, reach back for the seat, lower yourself down using your arms. Your nurse or caregiver will help lift your leg into the vehicle. At home, reverse the process with assistance. Stair navigation. A helpful rule to remember is good leg goes up, bad leg goes down. Your surgical leg is strongest and least painful when kept in a neutral position. This is why it stays straight during stair use. Going upstairs. Step up with the non-surgical leg, then bring up the surgical leg. Going up the stairs with a walker. Approach the stairs, then fold your walker. Place it in one hand and place the other hand on the rail. Lift the walker and set it to the side of your next step. Step up first with your non-surgical leg, then follow with your surgical leg, bringing the walker to the next step. Repeat. At the top of the stairs, unfold the walker and set it on the landing, making sure you hear the walker click into a locked position. Going downstairs. Step down with the surgical leg, then bring down the non-surgical leg. Going down the stairs with a walker. Approach the stairs about 2 inches from the top step, then fold the walker. Place the folded walker to the side opposite of the handrail with your other hand on the rail. Step down with the surgical leg, followed by the non-surgical leg. At the bottom of the stairs, unfold the walker, making sure you hear the walker click into a locked position. Place both hands on the walker and proceed with walking. We encourage the use of handrails, a walker, cane, or assistance from a caregiver as needed. Your surgical leg is strongest and least painful when kept in a neutral position. This is why it stays straight during stair use. Cane use. When it is time to transition to a cane, your therapist will assist you with knowing when this is appropriate, how to adjust the cane, and how to walk with the cane. In general, you should hold it on the opposite side of your surgical leg. The cane should move with the surgical leg. This improves balance and promotes a more neutral walking pattern. At-home recovery tips. Do not place a pillow under your knee. This can cause stiffness. If elevating, place the pillow under your heel. Ice and elevate up to 30 minutes at a time. Use ice for pain relief at least 3 times daily for 15 to 20 minutes, and more as needed. Always use ice after your exercise program. Expect swelling for several months, with noticeable improvement in 2 weeks. Pain may be worse at night early on. This is normal. As you recover, your energy level may be low for a while after surgery. Remember to drink plenty of water to stay hydrated. It's important to have someone with you for the first several days after surgery. Prehab frequently asked questions. These are some of the most commonly asked questions we hear from our patients when preparing for total knee replacement. When can I drive? Your surgeon will determine when it is safe for you to resume driving based on your procedure and recovery process. How soon do I start physical therapy? Most patients begin physical therapy 1 to 3 days after surgery, unless your surgeon provides different instructions. How long do I have to use the walker? This varies by patient and by surgical approach. Your surgeon and physical therapist will guide you based on your strength, balance, and healing. Where do I get my walker? Your case manager will assist you with obtaining a walker. When can I go back to work? Return to work timelines differ depending on your job duties and your personal recovery. Please discuss this directly with your surgeon. How much do I need to ice? Ice is an excellent way to help minimize pain and swelling. You can ice up to 30 minutes at a time. Use ice for pain relief at least 3 times daily for 15 to 20 minutes, and more as needed. Always ice after your exercise program. Never put an ice pack directly on your skin, and remember to use a barrier such as a dish towel. Ice machine questions. Your case manager can provide details about whether an ice machine is appropriate for you, how to obtain one, and what is included. Equipment questions. Please contact your case manager with any questions regarding equipment, such as TED hose, floor pedalers, front wheel walkers, canes, potty chairs, shower chairs, and knee immobilizers. Finally, do not be afraid to bend or put weight through your surgical knee. It is designed for movement. Only significant trauma such as a fall or car accident would damage it. If you have questions or concerns during recovery, contact your surgeon's nurse or case manager at 423 624 2696. This information is listed in your surgical packet along with copies of these exercises for reference. Thank you for choosing Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics and for taking the time to prepare for your surgery. We're here to support you every step of the way.